Up, everybody? Good morning. Unplanned live stream as normal, and I can't stay on for very long. This election cycle has, I've been just observing a lot. I'm more of an observer. I love to just kind of sit back and just watch how everything plays out. And one thing I will say is that, I'm actually proud of our next generation of Black American voters because they're not just going along to get along. They're not buying all the little propagandas and little trinkets and carrots being dangled, and they're making decisions based off of what is truer to them. And, I'm making this point because I think a lot of times people mistake Black Americans for being monoliths. They think that we all just are on the same bandwagon of ignorance. And some of these people who think this, they're on a bandwagon of ignorance themselves and they just don't realize it. But I do like the fact that in this election cycle, and one of the things I am actually grateful for a Donald Trump run is that I think he kind of broke us from these political chains that I think that Black Americans kind of have been bound to in this sort of de facto way. And I think that when you look at how Black Americans have been used and leveraged in these political processes, there's just been a lot of manipulation, a lot of broken promises, a lot of insulting of the group, and, a lot of stereotypes about the group. And, I am just proud that a lot of Black Americans, younger Black Americans, are sort of kind of seeing through the smoke screen. They're kind of looking at that Wizard of Oz. And they're making sound decisions based off of their own judgments and their own observations. So, again, when we talk about people like Barack Obama coming out and shaming Black men for their decisions, like they are not making a decision based off of a reason that's true to them, it gives insulting, right? So shout out to Sky News. I want you guys to hear this storekeeper, an immigrant, trying to convince Black men that they should be voting for Kamala because she is a Black woman.
How to vote? Yeah. Who you voting for? Trump. Come on, bro. Harris looks backwards, bro. What?
Now, all these Black men are going to say they're voting for Donald Trump.
I'm voting for Trump, man. I'm Black. So why you ride with Trump so much? Them Venezuelans taking all our bread. Hey,
so he's saying his reason I'm voting for Trump is because he thinks the Venezuelans are taking all the money.
For Kamala. Trump, to be honest. Why Trump, though? He used to keep immigrants out, so...
Okay, here's another Black man. I'm voting for Trump because he used to keep the immigrants out.
It was able for us to get jobs. It's hard for us to get jobs now because immigrants taking over.
So he feels like they're competing with immigrants for these jobs.
We the last two people on earth. Still wouldn't do that shit. Damn, bro, great.
Like he said if Kamala Harris was the last person on earth, he still wouldn't vote for her.
She ain't no good. I'll put it like that.
Now this is an older Black man saying she ain't no good. She ain't no good. Like he felt like, and here's the thing. There are more reasons why Black men are not supportive of Kamala Harris. Who cares if she was a prosecutor? Who is she busy prosecuting? Who is she centered focused on prosecuting disproportionately than anybody else? Right? See, the thing is with putting a Black woman before, or a Black looking woman before Black men, is they're going to do an evaluation of how pro-Black she really is. Kamala Harris is not a pro-Black, Black-looking woman at all. She's not. She's not pro-Black. And pro-Black does not mean that you're anti-white, but pro-Black means that you have a center focus on making sure that Black Americans are elevated just as much as any other group in this nation, with much intent, because there has been much intent in this nation to keep Black people marginalized in little slick, creative ways. So I say this to say that when you look at a lot of these black men, they're not voting for Kamala Harris because she's a woman. They have legitimate reasons why they are deciding to go another way.
Want to believe in who her? Check her history. Y'all turn around then. So you wouldn't vote for a black woman? It's gonna be the first black woman in office.
See, and they keep playing this black woman card. The first black woman in office. She's not black. She is from the Caucasus. She is products of immigrants. She's not a freedman. So she's not even a descendant of freedmen. All right. So it's like these people don't even know what a black person is for them to be stating the case for black people to be voting for a black looking person because she's a black looking person.
That's gonna start World War III soon she get in. Kamala or Trump? Huh? Trump? Yeah. Come on, bro. Kamala till it's backwards, bro. Man, what is it? Kamala, we voting for Trump, bro. What are you talking about? You know damn well we don't Kamala. Why? Trump. Why, bro? Give out free stamps and everything. You tweaking. Yeah, that's how you feel. Do us. You tweaking. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I vote Kamala. Man, we you and Kamala. Come on, bro. I can't even have my opinion. Damn, bro. Bro, you voted for you, so you with that all them Venezuelans. You with all that goofy? Yeah. Nah.
So here we go again, dude. It's like you with all that Venezuelan goofy stuff up in this country, and the dude was like, "Yeah." But this store owner who is questioning these black men, he's an immigrant. He's an immigrant. So of course he's down with this influx of human liabilities coming into this nation, right? And again, these black men are stating the case that they're not voting for Kamala Harris more times than not because of the immigration issue, because they feel that there is some replacement going on in this country with the black population vicariously through these immigrants. So a lot of black people aren't rocking with Kamala Harris because from their perspective, she is a part of the problem. Matter of fact, they even gave her a whole name called the border czar. And instead of mitigating the issue at the border, right, they just czarred in 16 to 20 million new human liabilities into America. And these people are not coming locked and loaded with their own wealth. Many of these people are truly human liabilities because they're coming in as welfare recipients. And welfare relies on the taxes of working Americans. So a lot of people, they're like, you guys are short squeezing us in all kinds of creative ways. You got this $35 trillion in debt. You're letting in human liabilities in which we're going to have to pay for. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You know, they call Trump a xenophobic for trying to build a wall. They called him xenophobic for trying to build a wall, right? But when you look in history at every powerful nation, the reoccurring theme is that they eventually got to the point of building walls to protect their nation from outside invaders and liabilities. We have literally been an open house for all kinds of different threats. And they're not talking about that. They're not talking about that at all. You see, you know, what's his name? Mayorkas going before Congress, tongue twisting, tongue tying, right? Just making that organization look horrible. They look horrible right now. And they have been for years. So I'm just to say that I am proud of our next generation of black voters and even our older black folks who finally got the memo and they stopped telling younger generations, vote for Democrats because they're for the poor black man and those Republicans are for the rich white man. It's like, that is just to me a reoccurring thing to tell somebody. It's like a psychological manipulation that is just moot at this point because the Democrats, with all their special interests in black people, have not done anything for black people. They haven't. Even after civil rights, they still had little slick ways in which they disenfranchise black people. Because again, you can pass laws until the cows come home, but if you have a structure of corporations that are 10 times, 9 times out of 10 in bed with the US government, and they are still gatekeeping success, right? It's all moot. So I say that to say that, kudos to our next generation of black voters who are not party attached. Kudos to the black independents who are making their decisions based off of how these people are playing out in this country. And these migrants are not just a threat to black people, they are a threat to Americans in general. It's just like having like 20 strangers come into your house. You're not going to be sleeping well. You're not going to be sleeping well because you don't trust these people. You don't know these people to trust them. You don't even know what their intent is. That's how we operating right now. We got a bunch of strangers in our country, and we don't even know the intent of a lot of these people. It's not just asylum for some of these people. Some of these people who came in this country, they freaking hate us. They hate Americans. And when you look at some of the people that they have caught, they are coming from nations that hate America. We've been this free-for-all, and they want to make it seem like Americans were racist, we're this, we're that. This country is a mixed race country. We're not homogenous, right? That's not the issue. The issue is that you have unvetted people who have come in this nation. And it doesn't matter what color you are, people are going to be looking at the administration who's responsible for this, right? And the administration who is responsible for this influx of immigrants right now is the Biden-Harris administration. And the Democrats and all their little side chick groups. Because even Laura Loomer was showing how some of these Jewish organizations were aiding and abetting these immigrants into this country. And that's not anti-Semitic when that's coming straight from Laura Loomer. So we got a lot of ops in this nation who are enabling this BS, and they are Democrats, many of them. So y'all make the decision that's right for your household, that aligns with what is most important to you, right? I don't tell people who to vote. I don't advocate or I don't endorse either candidate. But again, I will say one of them is better than the other. One of them are better than the other. And, you make that choice, which one is right for you. So anyways, you guys, thanks for checking in. I didn't want to stay on for very long. It doesn't mean it isn't anti-Semitic. What's anti-Semitic? Saying that Laura Loomer, a Jewish woman, exposed Jewish organizations for aiding and abetting immigrants? You might want to talk to your people if that offends you, because that is like a fact, right? And facts can't be racist or anti-anything. They just are what they are based on the patterns of things. So don't come up in here with that emotions and them labels, because they don't even mean anything to me. But anyways, you guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Love your neighbor as yourself. If you would not disrespect or abuse yourself, don't disrespect or abuse your neighbor. And keep your political decisions to yourself. I wish we could get back to the days where people didn't know who other people were voting for, that the ballot box was truly a personal decision that people were going in with. So, it'd be nice to go back to things like that. If we could. But anyway, shout out to these black men not being punked.
No, the Democrats and Kamala.
Not being punked into their political decision. They understand why they are choosing the vote the way that they want. They have a reason. And those men should not be demonized. Those men should not be shamed. I think that it's a shame for anyone to be advocating for somebody so hard and they don't let 20 million liabilities into this nation. They were a part of an administration that did that. So y'all do what y'all need to do. I will catch you on the next one, and thanks for tuning in. Bye.